everybody, welcome. I thought I would do a little video just to take you through the 12-week goal planner. This comes as the planner in this month's October clarity box. So I wanted to break down how I'm going to be working with this and take you through how I'm going to set my goals for the last quarter. So the whole idea behind this kind of 12 weeks challenge is like, this is the last 3 months of the year. Like, you can rewrite your story. Like, it doesn't have to end like this. You can make a difference. There's still time. So having a little look just quickly at what comes in the clarity box. So this is kind of everything that's included. You've got sticky notes and page flags. You get this 4-pocket clear wallet, and you get a last quarter countdown dashboard, little half dashboard, as well as more sticky notes, and then these bright coloured orange planner stickers, a couple of note cards including the October month to view, and this lovely paperclip, magnetic leather effect paperclip. So that is all included. So your planner can look as pretty and as autumnal as this. Let's have a look at the insert to start with. So, like I say, it's a 12-week insert, and we're starting off with just a quarter overview. So let's zoom in. So here we've got months, space for notes, any key important dates you want to put in there, just a quick view of the last quarter. That's all that page is for. Then you've got a vision page. So here you're just going to put your kind of vision, how you want to the next 3 months to go, how you want to feel, anything that feels inspiring. Then we've got a goals breakdown. So I've given you space for 6 goals because I think we need to be realistic. I'm not saying that you have to do 6, but up to 6 goals. And then space next to each goal to really nail down your goal. So what I want you to do is be specific. No airy-fairy goals, be specific. So if you've known about SMART goal setting, that's great. If not, let me just run through you. So SMART basically stands for S, which is specific. M is measurable. So make it measurable. Put a date next to it, or put an amount. I'll take you through how I'm going to be working mine as we go through. Achievable, like it has to be achievable. Don't set yourself a crazy massive goal that is just so far away from where you're at that you just can't achieve it. Relevant, so is it actually something you want to do? Is it something you saw on TikTok or YouTube, or something that you fancied? Or is it actually been a goal of yours since the beginning of the year, or since whenever, you know? Like, is it relevant to you? Is it aligned with your values? And then T is the time-based. So make sure you're putting a goal end date on here. Otherwise, this is going to stretch forever, and you just don't have a measurable end date to put it up against. So some of these you might want to put as the 31st December, and some of them might be shorter term goals. So that's what I want you to break down your SMART goals for each separate goal. Then you're working to your goal planning sheets. So you get 6 of these, and we've labeled them goal 1, goal 2, and on. So in there, you're going to put your specific goal. For me, I want to do a pull-up by the end of December. So put that in there. Finish date. I already know I'm giving myself till the 31st of December. Action steps. You want all of the action steps that can take you closer to that goal. Again, we'll go through this in more detail as I'm doing my own goal planning. So you're getting 6 of those. So this is just like a list. It's like a reference sheet for you to go back to. That's your goal, and these are all of the things that you can do to help yourself get to those goals. You're not putting it in, you don't have to massively put a date in. It doesn't have to be in any order. What I want you to do on this page is just give yourself as much as possible so that you can take those tiny little steps. Okay. Then we're breaking it down week by week, okay? So every week, you've got a week spread on 2 pages. This week's goal overview, okay? So not every goal is going to be a short-term one. Not everyone's going to be a long-term one. Some might be things that you think you can achieve quickly, and some things are going to be you want to push them to the end of the year. So in week 1, we're not going to work on all 6 goals. So what I want you to put in here is just your goal overview, like which ones do you want to focus on this week? Put them in there. And then underneath, we've got the goal. So you can number your goals. So say my pull-up is goal number 1. So I'm going to put the number 1 in there and actions. Now for actions for this week 1, I can flip back to my reference page and see all of the actions that I think are going to get me closer to that. Pick one of those that you think you can do this week and put it in there. Then you've got a done, tick, whatever. You can put the date in there. Space for notes, anything that you want throughout as you go through the weeks. These notes might help you, give you ideas that you can do for your next week of goals. Task tracker here is just an idea to put general admin things down, like have you done emails, or you can use it as, if you're tracking your steps or anything, you can use it as a tracker. And then down here, you've got your list of goals. So say doing a pull-up was goal number 1, and I've worked on it in week 1. I can put my little colouring in there, tick, done goal 1. And as you go through the 12 weeks, you're going to see like goal 1 maybe is completed and you finished, and maybe goal 2 needs a bit more work. So as you fill this bit in every week, it's going to give you an idea of where you're standing with your goals, which ones need more attention and which ones you can kind of maybe tail off on that week and concentrate on something else. So that is repeated as you go through the whole 12-week planner. So you've got 12 week pages, 11, and there's 12. And then at the end, just a space for us to write down any notes for the next quarter, things that we've learned, things that we might do differently, things that we felt we didn't need to do, ways of working that seemed to work. Like, did you try a Pomodoro method? Did you find that was quite handy for setting yourself a focus and a time? Anything can go on here, and you can use that for reference for your next quarter. So now we've gone through the whole layout, let's have a look at where I'm at so far. Okay, so I have made a start. I haven't put any notes in yet. I haven't put any pen to paper. I've just done my kind of vision board, and where I kind of took that from is, if you've been watching my videos, you know that the front of my agenda is always my yearly vision board. So this is just basically the things that I'm still yet to do from my first initial board. Some things on this board I can no longer even get to. So we wanted to take a summer holiday. Things have taken a turn this year and it's just not on the cards. So I can't do that one. But there's some things here that I still haven't even looked at, and I want to make it more of a focus for the last quarter. So that's where I've come up with these ideas from. Now, you might not have had time to do your goals at the beginning of the year, and this might be the first time you've looked at it. So have a little sit down and think about what you want from the next 3 months, like what you can actually do, and how, like I say, how you want to feel. So some of the key things on my vision board here is, I love this, if not now, when? Because I think we're all very much like, oh, we'll start it in January. Let's do it at the beginning of the year. It's a fresh year, new year, new me. But if not now, when are you going to do this? Like, how long are you going to keep putting this off for? And I loved this one, should with a strikeout, would, stroke out, could, and did is in bold. Yeah, I feel like that encompasses, we're all shoulda, woulda, couldas, but how nice would it be like to say, I actually got this done? And then I've just got this, like, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, just as a little reminder, as I know it's tough and it's coming to the end of the year and we're all tired and the dark nights and we've got Christmas coming and that brings its own stress, but just keep going. And then up here, success is a decision. And I've kind of said it to my younger one today, like, you have the decision. You can decide to change, or you can decide to stay the same. Either way, it is your decision. So how do you want to feel in 3 months' time? Do you want to sit there and say, I decided to try? Or do you want to be in December and be like, well, You know, I decided not to bother, and I'm happy with that decision. How are you going to feel in December? So here on my vision board, there's yoga. I've dipped in and out throughout the year, but I haven't been consistent with it. So I would like to do that. And I do think I feel mentally like I need that kind of me time. I mentioned a pull-up. Pull-up has been on my vision board for 3 years. I refuse to have this on the vision board for 2026. I'm going to be so angry if it's on the vision board for 2026. But do you know what? If this is on the vision board again, then at least I can say I spent 3 months giving it my all. I couldn't have tried harder, and it still didn't happen. So that's on. We're going to make it happen by the 31st of December. Up here is a little kind of setup for, I don't know, podcasting, YouTube. This is because I want to be better on YouTube. I'm always a bit shy. I haven't put my face on here yet, and I'm going to be brave at some point. I need to set a specific goal, but I want to be brave, and I want to come on and I want to do more of this type of stuff with you, because I think it's just so helpful, and I find it inspiring when I gear myself up, and I feel like doing things like this with other people just helps me keep myself accountable as well. Over here, this was reconnecting with my other half. So we've got such busy lives and we hardly see each other. We're just in and out, and it's great. I mean, we get on great and we live together perfectly, but you know, where's the connection? And I would really like to work on that over the next 3 months. This one here is, I'm looking at it, this is organising. It's a very organised garage. I don't think my garage would ever look this organised, but garage organisation, it's been, again, this one's been on the vision board a few years. It's difficult. We've got a lot of stuff in the garage, and it's going to take time to sort out, and it's time that I feel like I don't have, but I reckon if I look at the calendar for the next 3 months, I can find time to get in there and do a sort out. And then over here, we've got read books. So it was on my initial vision board. I think I read 170 last year. I wanted to do the same, if not more. And at the beginning of the year, I massively fell off reading. I went into a huge reading slump. So I've got a bit of catch up to do. So I want to look at where I'm at, how many I've read so far, how many I would need to read to get to my goal, and maybe I need to reassess that goal as we're doing our goal setting. Maybe I need to take it down because it's just not possible this year. But that's something I'm going to look at readdressing when we go further. So that is the general direction I want to go in. So then we're going to turn over and we're going to look at the specifics. So I've printed out those key goals, little pictures. You don't have to, you can just write it in, but I thought it'd be quite nice to have a visual. So let's go in with the pull-up. So if I put my pull-up in here, now I've printed these on photo sticker paper, so it's really easy for me to get those stuck in. Right, here we go with the specifics, right? So look, what is the goal? So my goal is, and this is very specific, it's to do 1 unassisted, because that's a key here, pull up. Okay, just 1, that's all I want. If I can do 1, then I can build on it. But that's a realistic goal. So we're looking at the specifics. Yes, that's a specific goal. I want to do 1 assisted pull-up, okay? Then measurable. Well, I've put the number 1 in there. So yeah, there's a measure. Achievable? I hope so. I think so. It's only 1. So let's tick that list. Relevant, yeah, it's been on my vision board for a long time. And time-based. So let's put a time in here. So 1 unassisted pull-up by the end of year. And just to put that in context, that would be 31st of December 2025. I want to give myself as much as possible. I'm going to eke it out to the very last minute. Okay, that ticks all of my SMART goal bases. So let's get on. I'm going to go in with yoga being the next one. So how can I make this more specific? I want to do yoga, which is great, but that doesn't give me anything. I want to get back into a consistent routine. Okay, so let's do that. To be more consistent with yoga practice. Okay, still practice. It's quite hard to speak and write at the same time. To be more consistent with the yoga practice. Okay, measurable. What are we talking about? More consistent. It's a bit. It needs to be narrowed down. So I'm going to put in once a week. Okay, that's measurable. It's achievable. Is it relatable? Yeah, because this is on my mood board. This is how I want to feel. Time. I think this is another 31st of December one. I think I would like this to stretch through the whole of the 3 months. I would like to be able to say that I'm in a consistent routine. I'm doing yoga once a week. I'm going to feel so good for it. So to be more consistent with yoga practice once a week by the end of December. Okay. Happy with that. Let's go on to the next one. Let's go in with my little YouTubey image. So how can I make this into a SMART goal? I want to be braver. So what about to be more visible? Again, can't write and talk. To be more visible on YouTube. Okay, not very specific. To me, is it to be more visible on YouTube? I want to make a point of showing my face. Show my face, because I could get away with that, couldn't I? And just do more YouTube videos with my hands in. Show my face on, let's just go steady on one video. Okay, now we've put a measure in, and that's really realistic because it's not something I've done before, and it's achievable. Let's put a time frame on. Now we've got a lot here going on in December, so I'm gonna early this one. I'm gonna give it by 30th of November, because once December hits, I feel that's going to be really busy and I'm going to run out of time and I'm going to come up with excuses. So I've shortened that one a little bit. Okay, I don't want to do this, but I'm going in with the garage one because I actually don't even know. I'm thinking already like, how am I going to have the time? But that's okay. Okay, there's the garage, and really nice, tidy garage. I mean, I even want to paint it white so it looks like that image. How do we make it into a SMART goal? What's the specifics? To have a clear garage space, because honestly, I'll do befores and afters, and durings is horrendous. You can't get in. To have a clear garage space with organised sections, I feel makes it more specific. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm gonna have to put this one to the end of year, because, well, maybe November. What do we think? I wish I could ask you guys. I don't know on timeline of this because I just worry that everything's going to be end of December. This one's November, but there's just no way I can get this done. It's just not achievable by the end of October. Do I want to do it end of November? I mean, this is great. I'm so glad that I'm kind of talking this through on camera with you because this is where you need to be realistic. It needs to be achievable. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for a fall. I'm going to say by the 1st of December. Because the 1st of December, the Christmas decorations are going to come out. I'm going to put 2025 just in case the universe thinks that I'm giving myself to 20. Okay, so where are we going next? Let's go with the couples one. That's going in there. So what's my specific goal here? I think to spend more time as a couple. And that is very open, so we need to narrow that down. Have one date night per month for the next 3 months. Okay, so that's achievable surely, and we've got a timeline, so it's basically until the end of the year, once a month, to do something nice together. Come on, we can do that. Now, this next one, I'm going to have to quickly jump off camera and have a little look at where I was at. So this is my read more books. I need to see what my goal was and where I'm at. Okay, so last year I read 176 books. Some of them with my eyes, some of them that were audiobooks. Still classed as a book. Now, I set my goal to read 150 and I've read 73. So 150 minus 73, that gives us 77. So basically the amount, more than I've read, I don't think this is going to be possible, more than I've read all year in the next 3 months. Break it down per month, that's 25 books per month. Now, I used to read between 16 and 18 a month. That was kind of my average. So I'm going to recalibrate my goal because I don't think it's achievable at this point now. And that's okay. So I'm not going to read more books than I read last year. But we can still have a goal and we can still set something. So I want to read 54 books. I'm just going to write a little note down. Okay, let's put here. To read, if I add that to, okay, it comes to 127. To read, I'm going to go 125 books by the end of the year. Again, this is another December goal, but what I'm going to do is break it down. So that makes it, what did I say? 125 minus the 73 that I've read, divided by 3. Okay, so if I can do 18 books per month, then I will be on target to reach my goal. So that's almost like a monthly goal with an end of year goal as well. So there's 2 in there. Is it specific? I mean, to read more books, just to read as specific as I can get by the end of the year, and broken it down into 18 books. I think that's manageable. Think it's achievable. Measurable, yeah, I've got your 125 and I've broken it down per month and I've given us a time by the end of the year. Okay, so a lot of my goals here are for the 31st of December. I've moved a couple of them a bit sooner, but in general, they're kind of long-term goals. These ones here, well, this one I need to do this consistently every week to be able to get to there by the end of December. And I think for goal 2, I actually just want to be able to do 1 class a week in general. I mean, I wish I could do that for the rest of my life. Okay, so that's where we're at with my goal planning. Now what we're going to look at is the separate sheets. So in here, goal 1, and we look at our reference, is 1 pull-up. Okay, we can be a bit more brief here because we've broken it down. We've got the specific there. We can abbreviate over here. Finish date 31st of December in there. Okay, now action steps. Okay, so I need to increase my upper body sessions. So I currently do 1 a week. Can I increase that to 2? I don't know. Let's see. Work on negative pull-ups. Apparently that's going to get me to able to do it. Work on assisted I can't spell today. Assisted pull-ups, because if we practice assisted pull-ups, then surely I can get to a non-assisted, building up my strength. Be consistent in weekly gym. So I have to get into a routine with the gym and be more consistent with that. So once I've done negatives and assisted pull-ups, I can then hopefully, and I'm increasing my upper body sessions in the gym, so I'm helping my upper body strength. I don't know what else I can do for that one, so I'm going to leave that there. Let's go to goal 2. Okay, yoga. I'm just putting yoga in there. Finish date 31st December. I've obviously done a difference between caps, and some of them I'm doing. Let's zoom in a bit so you can see what I'm writing. I'm obviously doing it in not my best handwriting, but I'm trying. Action steps, right? Find a yoga class. Yeah, that's the first step. I've got to find one that I enjoy going to. Build a routine. So I need to be able to find a yoga class and then be consistent in getting it on a day that I know I can always do, and be consistent with that. Build a routine. I don't know what else I could do. I think take 1 night off per week, because sometimes I've been picking up extra shifts, and I have to remember, if I want to make this a goal, I need to have the time to do it. So let's not pick up an evening shift. Maybe, I don't know what night. We'll think about that. We'll work out what works best for everyone in the family. That's what I can think of for that at the moment. But you can see how this is progressing, can't you? Goal 3, be more visible on YouTube. Okay. Visible on YouTube. She says, as you see my hands on YouTube. And now this one, I've given myself 30th of November. Action steps. I need to content plan. So I need to find something that I feel confident that I can come on camera and talk to you about. Let's do some practice runs. Practice runs of just videoing myself, maybe not putting them on. And then maybe some shorts to build up a little bit of confidence and putting my face on. Shorts rather than full vids. And then full video. Yeah, so a full video would be the end goal there. Just get a bit braver. Okay, let's go to goal 4. I mean, this is all a bit kind of on the fly as well here. So I think I can go in when I'm not videoing and come up with some more ideas. Oh my goodness, there's garage clear out. What are we gonna do? Garage clear out. And then I've put 1st of December. Okay, action steps, right? I'm gonna have to make space in the diary, not just in the garage. Right, so I'm gonna need to block it out. I'm gonna put that as a separate one. Block out weekends and stick to it. What about book a car boot or book some kind of sales thing? That gives me a deadline. Book a car boot, garage sale, that kind of thing. Photo and sell on Vinted or eBay. That's going to get rid of some stuff. Facebook Marketplace, that kind of stuff. Well, I'm going to need to buy organisation storage. And I don't want to do that before we've cleared some stuff out. And then sort and organise. And then that should be it. Oh goodness. It sounds so easy when you break it down, doesn't it? I don't know, guys. It's going to be a tricky one. But look, you get the idea. And you can go through that per each goal. I'm kind of jumping through a few steps because my battery on my camera is low. I need to be better at remembering to charge that. So week 1, that's where we're going to start. And for the first week, I'm going to start with my yoga and my pull-up. So I'm going to want to, let's write that in. So goals, I'm going to work on yoga and pull up. Okay, so goal 1 was the pull up. Actions, I'm going to do 2 upper body gym sessions. Okay, and was the yoga number 2? I can't remember. Let's flick back. Let's just flick back, and that's why you're going to need to kind of, oh, where am I? Over here. Yoga was goal 2. So goal 2 was yoga, find a yoga class. Okay. That seems pretty straightforward for my first week. And I'm excited to get started. So I hope you really enjoy it. Let me just also, before we finish, then what also comes in the planner is your last quarter countdown. So as you work through each day, so 1st of October, we can colour that in and we just keep on, you know, just counting down. So we've got a reference of the time gone and how long we've got left to get these goals smashed. So I really hope that you join me with this challenge. I'm really excited. You can get this pack in the clarity box for October. I will put the links back down below, but I'm also going to be selling these separately so you can just get the 12-week planner and join us for the challenge. We'll be on Instagram and I'll be coming and checking in and seeing how everyone's doing. Let's smash it.